Right, this is part 2 of working with the free kit that I've put out there. Okay, and if you haven't got it already, there's a previous video to this one, and also, well, actually there's two. There's one that's saying where it is, but I'll put the link below on this as well, so on my Google Drive. The only thing I'd done here was when I come in this morning, I felt there's a bit of a gap here which I wasn't keen on, so I just put a bit of seam binding, you know, some scrunched up seam binding on the top there and made a bow. All right, and I feel that I like that a bit better. Okay, so we'll fill this. I've got a few bits and pieces. I've backed them all and everything and stained them up. What did I do? Those are just little bits from my stash, some cards and different things. Not sure what I'm using yet. That's one of the little envelopes. That's a tag out of some scrapbook paper I had, I think, lying around. And I thought that was quite a nice plain contrast because we need some plain. That was the freebie I've got on my website, so you can go and have a look at that. It's not a tag, it's a piece of paper and there's some butterfly on the end. I think I made that out of that because I had that, and then the butterflies are here. So okay, and all I've done there is made a little notelet book there. Yeah, just put a bit of lace on the top with grommets and then tied a bow. That's all. Okay, and then this is just one that opens out. Haven't stained it up yet, but open like that. I tore it because I like that anyway, like that effect. Little envelope just decorated with a bit because I've got the bits and pieces left over from when I was doing my pink kits last year, so I just went and got that and just saw if there was anything that I could use. So that was that, and I put a stamp there and done that. That's all just backed all these. Yeah, that's a ticket. That's just lying around. This one, I'm not sure where that come from, but I quite like that, and it looks similar to what I've done. And that's one of the French graphic fairy, I think. I've got that one. It's in one of my kits as well, but it is an image from the graphics fairy, so that's that. So, oh, and that's a few tags I've done. So I'm saving some of these for the journal. So, well, it'll only be a mini journal, I think. So let's stuff this then. So we've got to have something big at the back, haven't we? Let's have a look. There, these two have got to go at the back somewhere. So because that's that side, I'll put this one at this side. Okay. Like that. And I can just slip over there. So I haven't put any paper there, fibres or anything on that one yet. So that can be the plain one. Go there, I think. Okay, and that can sit over there. Right, and then we need maybe some of these. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'll put that on there, and then see that rose there. And then we could do one in the middle. No. Yeah, still got two left, but if I don't use them I can put them in the journal. So I think we're okay here actually. In time we put some fibres on there. I think that's all right. Bit of a gap there, isn't there? Let me put that one there. There, and we need, oh, how about that? Actually, I think that goes better behind. Like that. Okay. Now we could put something here. Maybe a paper clip or something. I know I've got this one, but this is left over from something else I done last year. I'm not really keen on it, so something smaller that could sit in there, and then that could go that way with that sat on top, something like that, but smaller. But then we've got that there. I see. Yeah, coming on there, isn't it? Gosh. Right, so that's that done. So let's go ahead and do the little, let's have a look, skinny journal. Yeah, it is going to be a skinny journal. Okay, cut some papers up, and the size of my journal is about, I think it's about 4. I think I did say it was going to be about 4. 4 1/4. Oh, a bit like a TN then, but shorter than a TN. By just under 7 1/2. Okay, so I just got some of the papers that I showed earlier and cut them all down. So I quite like this cascading look. This is going to be covered, which I'll show you in a minute. I haven't done it yet, but and that's just lined, bit of music paper, one of the pages, and the bits I've cut off here are here, because they can either be made into tags or they can be, you know, pockets, things like that. There's that, and then the line page. I used the spots, didn't I? And what's left I could use for pockets. Yeah, I think I can 10 pages altogether. Okay, I'm keeping it plain, but you know what I'm like, it can evolve. I've checked that, I know we've got to cover it and everything and put a bit more in. You know, let's just take that one off a minute. But that fits in actually with quite a lot of room. I think, you know, I have got more room than I thought I was going to have there, but I did think if all else fails and it does get too big, then I would make a big tag for the back there, you know, something big that you could write on and everything, and then I would stick this to one of these bags. Yeah, I just thought the safety net. I know we lose what we've done on the back, but you know, that's the way of it, is rather that than, you know, if I make a journal that's too big and it won't fit in, I would stick this bag, yeah, to here, like so. And then I've got a nice gusset at the back, yeah, and then we can decorate the back of there. But that's, hopefully, I won't have to do that, but yes, because I've done it 6 inches, those bags are 6 inches, so great. Okay, so, but it's looking all right at the moment. I'm quite happy with how that is. Have I left anything like that? I was actually surprised how much room is in it, but time I do the cover and then put a few pockets in, you know, yeah, this is going to be more of a blank journal. It's not going to be highly decorated or anything, but we shall see what happens. Saying that, I must probably end up decorating it. So my cover is just done from A4 piece card. It's been coffee stains and everything. And I thought I'd use that because it doesn't matter what size that is going to be. It's still going to look okay. And then I'll do some kind of decoration on the front, I think. Maybe. Oh, and I've put my Tyvek. If you don't put Tyvek, then I suggest when your journal's done, you make sure there's some kind of fabric on the spine. Alright, I think that goes that way actually. No, that's that one. Yeah, sorry, I'm looking at the little bit of writing there. Yeah, so that goes that way. So what did I do that? Oh, sorry, I'm yawning. How bad of me. Right. Yeah, just done it. So there's about 2 mil overlap there. Yeah. So that piece is, oh gosh, 8.5, nearly 8 3/4, but it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8, 8 5/8. Okay, that's what it worked out at by 7 5/8. But that's because that's the size of my journal. Yeah. So that fits over there, and then I'm going to cover this with that bit of paper. And it's going to be, oh, if you're going to do pockets on the inside, you can do them before actually, which I thought I might do. What have I got left over? I don't want anything, oh, wait a minute. Actually, because that's the bit I cut off one of them. Not quite long enough, is it? I am going to put something in there. Don't want anything too thick though. No, I'm going to leave it because I can put a glassine bag. I'm going to do what I normally do. Okay, I'm going to spritz it, ink it up, spritz it, stamp it, exactly the same as what I've done with the actual, that. Okay, so that's in the previous video. So I'll go ahead and do that and then come back. Okay, that's all done. All right, what you have to watch though is, because I'd already done this with the heat gun, that you don't melt this. Okay, but I was just kept it moving and I was all right, lucky. But if you keep it, you know, in one place too long, it will melt. That's a good thing about Tyvek. It's actually quite, you can get some cool effects. Right, so now I'm going to glue that on. I'm stitching mine as well, so that I shall glue it as well. I do one side and then the other. It does dry quite quick, that. Right, make sure that's the front. Make sure we get it the right way. I'm just going to overlap it a bit because I've got a little bit of a white line there, so I'm going to come out a bit. Just make sure that's missing. Yeah, so I can cut that off. It's a really quick, this one, real quick journal. Okay, I'm going to go and trim mine down. I'll trim it down and stitch around it. Okay, right, that's all stitched around. Okay, I had a bit of vellum and I stitched that on as well. Okay, because I'm going to put a big tag in there, and I had this sort of, this was most probably, and it was one of my little clusters I made, and I actually ripped it off because I just thought that the colour was perfect, and I haven't got any more of that colour because I actually stained that myself, and I thought that was great, so I used that. I just stitched this on before stitching this down, yeah, and I quite like that, and that's the inside. Okay, it's quite, gonna say, I don't want it too bulky because of what we've, you know, where it's got to go. I like this in here, so I've done a tag there out of the big pocket one. That's, and just backed that with cream because I found the two colours together. Yes, it's okay, but if you like it like that, but for my eye, I need something plain behind it, and I thought this would look nice at the back, but I actually got a page with roses. I've downloaded it from somewhere, so I will offer that as a freebie. Okay, I haven't printed it or done it yet, so tonight I only just come up with it now, and I'm just thinking, oh my god, it had roses like this, but it was like a newspaper, and so I'll offer that as a freebie. But for now, that's what that is. All right, but that will change, and it's more black and white, and I think that'll look quite nice under there. Yeah, and that is my cover really done, except for a closure, or I might add something else later on. But like I said, I find that see how it goes once we start adding things in here. So that's it. So that should, it was 10 pages, wasn't it? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. In the middle is 10, and I think that's enough. Yeah, like I say, I'm lucky to get that in there, to be honest. Like I say, you know, that's just the tag that you cut out, and I backed it, put a bow in, grommet and a bow, backed it onto cream. So because we've got quite, you know, we got the cream running through the journal, and we got the cream, you know, on here. If you look, it's all sort of tying in, and that's what I tend to like to do in my work. Right, so that's that. So let's get on with this then. So I am going to spritz some of these pages, but I'm going to put some, because these are a little tiny bit thicker. Yeah, this is where I would add pockets and things onto here. Yeah, but keep those all plain. Those ones, and that one's quite thick as well. But I think I used 100 GSM on those. But you don't have to, you know, 80, 90 is fine. There we go. Right, let's have a look then. I think I'm going to spritz that a little bit. I know, I'm just going to... Right, so I'm going to go through and do that like I normally do, okay? Okay, the only two things I'm going to add, because I've done all the spritz in there, that was already on there, yeah, it was. So I've made that, is this that I've had gifted to me, and I thought half a doily, and when I got the doilies out, I thought, oh, a doily would look nice here, yeah, like that, because we have doilies in the background there. So again, that was a bit of an afterthought, but, and I put one more bit of book page in there, okay, because there was quite a few pages with nothing, and I just felt as though, oh, I'll just put that there. So there's 11 pages altogether, and I'm going to do that pocket, sew that pocket on, and I also done one at one of the journaling cards, which I cut that bit off and then rip that off there, okay, and that's going to become a pocket there. That's why I shrunk them down, because they're quite handy for pockets and things. And I thought, well, we could make something out of that. That can go somewhere, because that's quite nice. Yeah, so that's all I'm going to do before. So let's put that out the way. And get all this out the way. All right, as well. So I'll put that together like that. Okay. If I don't, it gets lost. And then I'm going to leave this open here. All right. Okay, let's go then. And then I'm going to stitch the journal together and decorate it a bit more, maybe. After, I say, this doesn't have to be stitched, but I'm going to do a little bit of stitching, not too much, because I don't want to add too much bulk anywhere. I'm going to leave this open, okay, so I'm going to stick that as well, okay. It's still got a tuck spot there. Yeah. Okay, and this one's going to be stitched around. And I'm also going to ink up the edges of this one, alright? Just a tiny bit of white there, I can see. Yep, I think I've got some on here now, so. Okay, I'm just going to stitch around there. There we go. That's all done. I might decorate that a bit more in a minute. That goes in there, and I'm going to do this one here, because I'm going to stitch around that one as well. Okay. And then let's sew it in, eh? Yeah, I fancy getting it sewed in and decorate after, and then we can sort of play it by ear for how much is going to fit in and how much won't, really. So I'll do it all first. I'm stuck, aren't I? I'm just inking around that bit there. And we definitely need to ink around the pages as well. Oh, I was going to put a little bit of vellum up there as well, actually, or shall I put, no, I'm going to use vellum. I think I had a, oh, that's not much, is it? I hopefully had a bit more hanging around. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, I'll just put that on. Just carrying on with the ripping of the, you know, like the front cover, not the front cover, the actual pocket itself. So I'm sort of like continuing through the journal like that. Oh, I've got dropsy as well. There we go. And make sure that's the right way up. Yeah, and that's going to go there. Right, I'm going to stitch that. Okay, that's all done. I come down a bit low here on my first row of stitching, so I thought, oh well, never mind. I'll just put another one, a bit more decoration. So that's, you know, don't ever worry about that. It's just too much of a gap. I don't know what I was doing. I do wander off sometimes when I'm sewing. I go in the zone and I'm like, what am I doing? Right, okay, let's get this sorted now. Put that on in a minute. They do have a tendency to fall off. Okay, and that was in the middle. Okay. Taking long at all, is it? Right, so what I'm going to do now is going to make sure everything is where I want it. This one looks, that's right, I was going to say that looked a bit higher up, but it's crept up there. Okay. Okay. Okay, I did actually thought I videoed the bit sewn in signature, but I didn't. But anyway, I've got plenty of videos on that, and it's just the 3-hole pump stitch. Okay, so nice and easy. I do it all together. I'll just show you a minute what I've done. And because it's only a, you know, a small journal, I put them in there, made one, I took a hole right the way through everything. Okay, because it's only thin, and then 2 about 1 inch in. All right, 1 in the middle, and then 1 inch in, and another 2, and then you sew it up with your 3-hole pamphlet stitch. Okay. Right, I thought I'd just put a few pieces of decoupage around. Not much, just a little bit, but I know that it lays quite flat. So again, it's nothing chunky. This is napkin I had. So I've taken the roses out there. I've already placed a few. That's all I've got left of that napkin. So I'm gonna put a piece on, you know, on the plain paper there, because I thought that would look quite nice. And I've dotted a few bits of lace around. And I thought, well, just to give it a bit of interest on the pages. And I thought, well, this definitely lends itself to a little bit of rose here and there. I'm actually going to go right over this while I'm here a little bit, just because it's strength. This is quite old, this paper, so strengthen that up a bit. Right, I thought I'd have that one up there. Okay, I think that's all right for a minute. Stick the lace in. That's going on that music paper there. Oh, I don't know whether you can see my lead. Oh no, that's fine. I had to plug it in, and well, I went and had lunch, so ooh. There we go. This bit on here, it's already been done. Must have done this previously. I thought that would look nice in here. Let's do something with this page here. Got a few bits around me. I haven't got very much, but I did find these little tags and things. I don't know whether that would fit in there. I could make that a little bit bigger. Yeah, I think that looks nice in there. Sure about this, it's just that I saw it and I stuck it there. So I mean, it could be that I don't need that. onto that. Okay, I'm going to find a little flower or something that can go there. Right. I don't know if I've got any small ones. Okay. Yeah, I'm pinning everything in so it can be taken out. Yeah, and I'll put a tag in or something there. I did have one made up, didn't I? Yeah, I've run out of space. It's only because I went and got a load of stuff out. I thought, oh, that would be nice. There we go, I've got it. I remember having one left over. And it can go there. Right, and this is where we can just cut that down a bit, but I think it's the same one as we got on the front. Look. Oh, it's not there, is it? Yeah, that is. So, right, let's get a different one. There we go. So cut that one down a bit, and that can go in there. And cut it down a tad, and back it with cream again, like the other one. Put these two. Leave that one a minute. Put that there for a minute. It's got to be tea stain though. And we've got an envelope. Got no belly band, but then our ink. Oh, what's that? Let's have a look. I think that plain one. Well, plainish. I've got a couple of these left over. So that could be made into something, but we're going to have to just trim that a little bit to fit in. Right, while the glue is drying and everything on the pockets and stuff, this is what I'll be giving you. Okay, so I'll add that to the Google Drive this evening, so you can download that as well. All right. But what I've done, I've ripped and tore it. I haven't done the edges yet, but I want to age it, and I've scrunched it up. Yeah, tea stained it, scrunched it up, and I'm gonna just do a bit of this as well. I think I might have the Tim Holtz one. So I just feel I want to be nearer this, and I know this one's quite blunt, so I've had it a while. So I don't want to rip it and I mean, you can do it with scissors as well, or oh, bit of the, you know, the blade off of your foil. You know, that's great. Just to get some rips. And you've got to be a bit careful because this is only paper. On card you can go a bit. Actually, I'm just wondering. Let's make it a bit smaller. It's a little bit big. That's better. I mean, do it with scissors as well, you know, but my scissors are quite sharp. Okay, this is an old, not an old one, but there's not much on here. So I've already coffee stained it anyway, but I am going to do the opposite of here. So you scrunch it all up and then you sort of flatten it, and it seems to work. Right, ripped too far there. It's gone right the way down, so bit of tape, bit of masking tape. Actually, I think masking tape years ago wasn't quite so wide. So I'm going to rip a bit of that off. There we go. And these are all black and white anyway, so oh, we've got a bit of white on there, haven't we? Yeah, and this full page, I printed this out, so I'll put that on the front. And this is where I sort of flatten it out a bit again. And that goes in. Oh, it's the front, wasn't it? Didn't even check the size, so that was lucky. I could have brought it in a bit, folded it a bit different. But there we go. And then time we get something around it. Right, I've done one of them up. Okay, so that I'm not sticking it in. I'm going to leave it floating. And, that's a good idea. Right, so what I'm going to do is put that in there. I just want a small one though. I like my rusty ones. Okay. Yep. And then put some stuff up here. A little bit of this, I think. Okay, I put that on. All right. And then I thought, oh yeah, that'll be good to do that. And then this keeps this also still, but while I was looking, I had this one that I'd already pre-done, but it was going the wrong way, so I unglued it. And I'm just going to put it on a rusty one. If I got one here, should have. Here we go. So I want it to go in that way, don't we? So they come in handy, these. Oh gosh, I've done these ages ago. Ages. Just been having one of my neat days, because this one's quite neat for me. Mine are usually a bit raggier. And that is going to go there, but not until it's dry. Right, so what I've got to do is get back everything, okay, like these. Oh, I extended that and just put a bit of vellum on the bottom, okay, or covered it, or mounted it I should have said, and then extended it, so because it only come to about there, so that it fit nicely in that pocket there, because I thought that was just hanging around. So that needs back in, and some lime paper put on the back. That one's done. These need lines on the back, and inking round and stitching round, the same as this. But that's what I've done. And there. And then this was just, that was what was left over, so there. And that was those bits of paper. So I'm going to put lines on those as well, and they're going to go, you know, behind there. So I quite like the way that's looking. I might do a little tiny bit of stamping. So, but I'm going to go and do all that first. Yeah. And then sort of that's over the page, the flip one. Over the page. Again, that needs backing and sorting out. Envelope there with a tag. So put some stuff in there, and maybe put something in here. There's a book page there. I've no idea what this says, mind. Something about, I think that's a composer, I think. So it should be okay. I thought that. And it's, is it German? I don't know. It ain't English anyway, or Cornish. Oh dear. Right, I'm going to put that there for a minute. But that might change because I've got loads here. And we could put another tag in there. But we want plain one there. Want something. I might move the, no. Don't like that. Spot. Oh no. Well, that could look quite good, but not really. I could back that and do something with it, because that's quite nice. Make that into a little booklet or something. Yeah, no, I like it. I love that bit there. Just will glue that there now. Oh, come off anyway. No idea why that come off. Patch up. I love patching up things. Making it work. go. Yeah, so that's it really, because, you know, I don't want it much bigger. It ain't going to go in. So I think just put the stuff on and back it and everything, and that is it. I might have to take some out yet, so we shall see. So I'm going to just go ahead and do that. What was I going to show you? Oh, this. It might be dry. Not yet. I could just put some behind it while it dries. Just put that there. Oh, needs to go through there. This feels a bit big, doesn't it? A bit bulky. Let me have a look. Oh, unless we put it up there. It does smell a bit, I don't know. I could put, actually, I'm just wondering. Just want to hide it. No, that looks better. Didn't like it down there. Funny it. Just putting this there while it's drying. And then we can still tie that in there. That's okay. That goes there. Yeah, and time the stuff is here. Still feel like I need something down there though. But don't really like that. But something plainer can go there. Definitely. But one more thing, I think because we've got too high, too that size, and I need something down here. I just feel this is a bit empty. Might be different with the thing on though. Oh, 1 minute, let's have a look. I'm just wondering what that'll look like. Oh gosh, I think that's all right. This is like linen, it's beautiful. Just needs dirtying up a bit, I think. If it's too lumpy to go in, I might have to, I don't really want to cut that in case I don't use it. Right. Let's have a look. Oh, I'm scared. It might be a bit lumpy, that. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I think that's going to be all right. Oh, my gosh. Oh, I need some down here. I also need a bit more fluff down here. I'm going to put some of that on one of them down here. Need a bit more fluff on there. It's all up there. Oh, gosh. Okay, that's not bad considering. I know it was 11 pages, wasn't it? So, and that's got quite a lot going on, because that could, you'd come off of there, do you know what I mean, and maybe go on one of these as well. You know, could do something like that. Not there though. You know, you've got that sort of thing that you can do too, but it's serving a purpose on there, isn't it? So I'm wondering now, see, I'm wandering off. I think I'm going to use something finer on there. That's quite that's more, it's quite robust, that one. Just a bit of seam binding, I think, will be nice on there, and it'll be light and it won't be so chunky. Yeah, I think it was a bit overpowering, that one. Right, so I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, and put that back together as well, and I'll be back to show you what I've done. But like I say, it's all back in and that's all I'm doing. All right, I'll see you in a minute.